Hi guys, so today I've been asked to do a video on why I live in a bus, and more specifically why I chose this bus in particular. Now, I have actually answered a few of these questions in one of my other videos, which was called my first Q&A on bus van life or van living or something like that. So go and check those out. So obviously there's a few questions there that I've left unanswered, and I will be probably answering those in this vlog. Okay, so why I live in a bus. Now, the first reason, I was just so fascinated by the van life movement that's sort of been, it's actually gained momentum in the last, I'd say probably 5 years. Before that, people have been traveling around in buses and vans and stuff for aeons. You know, it's been around forever, and obviously the grey nomads have been doing it for forever. I think they're called greybirds in the States. I'm not really too sure on that. So it has been around forever, and it's just the millennials that are sort of making the scene, I guess, popular again. So when I was with my husband a few years back, whilst I was with him, I had this as a dream. This was a dream of mine, and it had been for years. And I sort of, towards the last year or so of the marriage, I got right into it, and I sort of did a lot of research on YouTube and started following, Bob Wells, and, on YouTube, Bob's like probably a pioneer of the van life movement in America. If you don't know who he is, go and check out his YouTube channel. He's brilliant. So from him, I found a lot of other YouTube pages that essentially motivated me and inspired me to pursue this lifestyle. And at the time, I have already told, a little bit of a story about my ex-husband, but my ex-husband shut down my dreams and just said, he laughed at me and just said, "You're joking, this isn't even a possibility. Stop dreaming and get on with life," and do you know what? When I first actually met him, one of his dreams were he's a surfer, and one of his dreams was to travel the world and surf. Now I look at the situation and think, why couldn't you have just, altered your perception and your reality a little bit? Because this is just such an accommodating lifestyle for a surfer. The traveling lifestyle, you travel the coastlines. If you want to travel the coastlines, you can go inland, obviously. So it was just really disheartening to be shut down by your husband saying that it's just not going to work and you can't do that and it's just a pipe dream. Well, like hell it is. So I was right into it. And I studied and I had a lot of time to do my homework, pretty much. And then I knew I was coming into some money. So I was basically researching whether I should be purchasing a house or an apartment or property but because I was so into the van life movement, I just thought, bugger that. Why would I want to be stuck somewhere? Once you put a deposit on a place, you're stuck there, you have a mortgage, which means you're chained to your job, your career for the next 30 years or more. Who knows however long it's going to take you to pay off that mortgage. And I wasn't sure if I wanted that. I wanted the freedom. The freedom is massive when it comes to, buying a van or a bus or a motorhome or whatever you choose to have as your dwelling. So, number one, that was it. Like, I didn't want to have my feet firmly planted somewhere. I wanted the freedom to be able to move around, go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and live that lifestyle. So why I chose this bus. Now, this bus is a Nissan Civilian. It's a 95 model. It's 23 foot long, which I think is about 7-ish meters. Maybe slightly over 7 meters. I'm not quite 100% sure. when I first obviously looked into the whole van life movement, van for me, I mean, I hats off to anyone who can live in a van. Like, good on you, because I just think it would be hard. It's very stealthy. You know, you can live a stealth lifestyle. You can do a lot of urban camping, as well as your boondocking and you know, free camping and stuff. You can stealth in the city. You know what I mean? You can fit in a normal parking space. You can park up there. No one even knows you're in that van. So that's pretty cool. But there's things you have to sacrifice for that stealthiness. So on one hand, you've got all these things that are awesome about having a van, you know, how small you are and stealth you are. But then on the other hand, you're losing out on a bunch of things, you know, like being able to, I guess, fit a full-size kitchen in and a shower and a toilet, and I'm not sure of the size of the bed, and just things like that. You know, you don't have much room on your roof for solar. But in saying that, when you go bigger and you've got room for all those things, you're not as stealth. So you lose out. Either way, there's pros and cons to each vehicle and rig, depending on, you know, what your interests are. So I chose this bus because, in my opinion, being a girl, I wanted to be clean. Like, I wanted to shower every day, maybe twice a day, depending on my water storage that I have under the bed back there. But I didn't want to just be going to the gym and using the gym showers. It's not very comfortable or practical for me, being a girl. Like I said before, hats off to any girls living in vans who can do this without, you know, having a shower and toilet on board. But I wanted the safety. In this van, having your own shower and toilet, I can walk in that shower and toilet. I can lock the door from the inside. So not only can I lock my doors in the bus, you know, my side doors and my main door, windows are locked, I can go into the toilet and bathroom and still lock my door. So I've got that, you know, it's like double safety measures, you know. And when you shower, I felt I needed to be able to go into a room, lock the door if I wanted to, and shower in safety, complete safety, not in a public shower or a gym shower room. I'm sure they're safe in a gym, but, you know, a lot of people use public showers like public amenities. It's just, I don't think I could do it, especially as a single female rolling solo. I think it may be a little bit different if you're traveling with your partner to be using gym showers or public amenities. That's probably a little, that's fine, I guess, but not as a solo female. You just need to have that extra security. So I wanted to be able to step into my rig, lock the doors, lock the windows, close the curtains, and then step into my shower room. And like I said, I can even lock the door in there if I want as well. So I guess in saying that, one of the reasons why I chose the Nissan Civilian is because it's very similar in style and setup to a Toyota Coaster, which is, I think, maybe about 21 foot. This is, like I said, 23 foot, so they may be a little bit shorter. But the Toyota Coasters, like, they've got such a good engine, and I think they're highly in demand. Everyone wants one. Well, anyone who wants, you know, a medium-sized bus. And because of that, the prices have just skyrocketed. They're like gold. Like, the prices have literally gone through the roof, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I wasn't willing to pay the prices that they were asking. So I didn't want a motorhome. Some of those are just too big, too wide, too long. Well, not into camper style motorhomes where your bed is above the cab. Like, I didn't want to have to climb up to my bed or anything like that. The van's too small on a rainy day. If you're stuck in your van, you know, if it rains for a week, you want to be comfortable. You know, in here, I've got a lounge suite and TV. I can cook inside, and I've got a decent bed where I can watch TV on the lounge or in the bed. And in a van, you're very confined. You literally need to go to your mate's house to get out of your van if it's raining for a week. So I wanted to be comfortable. Obviously, I mentioned before the no rent or mortgage sort of deal. That comes, another point I want to make is electricity. When you're in a house and a home, you have an electricity bill. In this bus, I have a heap of solar on the roof, and for deep cycle batteries to store all that solar energy. So I have full electricity and I don't have to pay an electricity bill. So that is a major pro when it comes to bus life or van life. I think that's basically it. Like, the fit out in this bus compared to many other buses of this size and style that I looked at, this was the best fit out. It's only about 7 years old, I think the fit out is, and it was done by the previous owner to me. He was working in kitchens. I think he was like a cabinet maker, so he pretty much knew what he was doing when it came to fitting this out, and he's done a really good job fitting everything out, the design, where everything's placed. He did a really good job. So the fit out to me was quite modern. He was only young. He's probably, I don't even know if he was, I think he was late 20s. So I guess they sort of had a bit of a young style about them, whereas, you know, other buses or motorhomes that I've looked at, if they've had a brand new fit out, it's a very clean, sterile, plain and boring sort of fit out. Or it's totally shitty and run down and hasn't even been upgraded or maintained since the bus was built in, you know, depending on the year of the bus. So that's why, they're the main reasons why I went with this this rig. So if you have any more questions, or if you have any suggestions, ideas, whatever, please leave them in the comments below. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and keep on wandering, guys. Peace.